Genesis chapter 47. And Joseph went and told Pharaoh and said, My father and my brethren and their sheep and their oxen and all their possessions are come out of the land of Canaan, and behold, they are in the land of Gesem. And he took 5 men from among his brethren and set them before Pharaoh. And Pharaoh said to the brethren of Joseph, What is your occupation? And they said to Pharaoh, Thy servants are shepherds, both we and our fathers. And they said to Pharaoh, We are come to sojourn in the land, for there is no pasture for the sheep of thy servants. For the famine has prevailed in the land of Canaan. Now then, we shall dwell in the land of Gesem. And Pharaoh said to Joseph, Let them dwell in the land of Gesem. And if thou knowest that there are among them able men, make them rulers over my cattle. And Joseph brought in Jacob his father, and set him before Pharaoh. And Jacob blessed Pharaoh. And Pharaoh said to Jacob, How many are the days of the years of thy life? And Jacob said to Pharaoh, The days of the years of my life, which I sojourn, are 130 years. Few and evil have been the days of the years of my life, and they have not attained to the days of the years of the life of my fathers, which days they sojourned. And Jacob blessed Pharaoh, and departed from him. And Joseph settled his father and his brethren, and gave them a possession in the land of Egypt, in the best of the land, in the land of Rameses, as Pharaoh commanded. And Joseph supplied his father and his brethren, and all the house of his father with bread, according to the body of each. And there was no bread in all the land, for the famine prevailed greatly, and the land of Egypt and the land of Canaan were exhausted by the famine. And Joseph gathered all the money that was found in the land of Egypt and in the land of Canaan, for the corn which they bought. And Joseph brought all the money into the house of Pharaoh. And all the money failed out of the land of Egypt and out of the land of Canaan. And all the Egyptians came to Joseph, saying, Give us bread, and why do we die before thee? For our money has failed us. And Joseph said to them, Bring your cattle, and I will give you bread for your cattle, if your money has failed you. And they brought their cattle to Joseph, and Joseph gave them bread for the horses, and for the sheep, and for the oxen, and for the asses. And Joseph maintained them with bread for all their cattle that year. And that year passed, and they came to him in the 2nd year, and said to him, We will not hide it from our Lord, for if our money has failed, and our possessions and our cattle are before thee, Lord, there has been left to us before our Lord only our own bodies and our land. In order then that we die not before thee, and the land be made desolate, buy us and our land for bread, and we and our land will be servants to Pharaoh. Give seed that we may sow, and live and not die, and the land shall not be made desolate. And Joseph bought all the land of the Egyptians for Pharaoh, for the Egyptians sold their land to Pharaoh, because the famine prevailed against them, and the land became Pharaoh's. And he brought the people into bondage to him for servants, from one extremity of Egypt to the other, except only the land of the priests. Joseph bought not this, for Pharaoh gave a portion to the priests, and they ate their portion which Pharaoh gave them. Therefore they sold not their land. And Joseph said to all the Egyptians, Behold, I have bought you and your land this day for Pharaoh. Take seed for yourselves, and sow the land, and there shall be the fruits of it. Ye shall give the 5th part to Pharaoh, and the 4 remaining parts shall be your own, for seed for the earth, and food for you, and all that are in your houses. And they said, Thou hast saved us. Let us find grace before our Lord, and we will be servants to Pharaoh. And Joseph appointed it to them for an ordinance until this day over the land of Egypt, for Pharaoh to receive the 5th. Only the land of the priests alone became not Pharaoh's. And Israel dwelt in the land of Egypt, in the land of Gizem, and inherited upon it. And they increased and multiplied exceedingly. And Jacob lived in the land of Egypt 17 years. And the days of Jacob, the years of his life, were 147 years. And the days of Israel drew near for him to die. And he called his son Joseph, and said to him, If I have found favor before thee, put thy hand under my thigh, and thou shalt execute mercy and truth toward me, so as not to bury me in Egypt. But I will sleep with my fathers, and thou shalt carry me up out of Egypt, and bury me in their burying place. And he said, I will do according to thy word. And he said, Swear to me. And he swore to him. And Israel worshipped upon the top of his staff. That concludes this chapter. Please click Next to continue.